In this video, I'm going to show you step by step exactly how to trade lower cap market coins. We're going to go into the trenches today. You'll definitely need a pen and paper for this because I'm going to show you a lot of great tips here that will help you. And obviously save the video if you need to watch it again. We're going to look at PUMP.FUN launches and I'll show you all of the tools I use that helps me with these because there are so many scams and RUGS on these new launch coins. Before I start, thank you for all of the support I'm getting on my channel. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more tutorials like this. And a quick warning about the comment section below. For any large YouTuber, make sure you only use any links or messages from the description section and pin comment section. I'm mentioning this because I know a lot of you are new to crypto trading as well. Obviously, there will be genuine comments below that, but there will be some scam comments too, like these ones where random coins are shilled and mentioned. And I try my best to keep up with moderating these comments, but it is very difficult because there are so many of them coming in, especially on my most viewed videos. So things like this, where they're recommending random traders who help them, these are all scams. So make sure you're not going into this section and messaging anybody who might be impersonating me. That goes for my channel and any other large crypto YouTubers as well. So just be very, very careful. Right, let's get straight to it. So Pump.FUN, if you're new to Pump.FUN, this is where you get fair launch meme coins. And these are the ones that trend nowadays and do really well that you see on deck screen and you see people making a lot of money from. But you have to understand how the mechanics works with Pump.FUN launches. If I go here to the left on this website and I click on creation time, you can see here these are brand new launches and you can see they have very, very low market caps, and if people buy into them, they'll start buying more. And if I click on any of these, I can see a chart, I can see an area to trade here on the right, bonding curve progress. So it says here at the bottom as well, graduate when this reaches 102,000 market cap. So nowadays when it reaches 100k, then it gets bonded, and then potentially it gets new eyes and it could run a lot more as well because it comes quote unquote a real meme coin. For your purposes, you can trade on here and buy and sell and make money too. It doesn't make any difference. And then here we have something that's king of the hill progress. And you can see here it says 11%, more on that in just a minute. On the bottom right, you've got holder distribution, but again, there's better tools you can use for this stuff now. And then underneath here, threads. This is where people make comments. Now, this becomes more important later. Generally, for these new launches, it's not important. But if the dev who created this coin buys and sells, then how is the coin going to run? Who's going to monitor the socials or pump the coin or kind of increase its attention on Twitter, etc.? So you need community to do that. And that's where you get sometimes a CTO, community takeover. Again, more on that in just a minute. Let's just go back to the homepage first. Scroll up and we've got King of the Hill. So every so often, a coin that's trending and doing well, it's mentioned here on Pump.FUN. So it gets to a higher market cap. You can see here 53,000 and it gets featured here at the top. Sometimes for seconds to minutes, sometimes longer. And then it gets a lot more traffic because everybody's seeing that same coin. So it's generally reasonably bullish, not massively, but reasonably bullish for a coin. And this is called King of the Hill, KOTH, K-O-T-H. And again, I'll show you why that's important a little bit later in the video. So those are the basic terms. These are all Pump.FUN launches. All of the new ones are good. At least 80% of them are just scams and RUGS. And then you get maybe 10% and 10% here. 10% of these are not a RUG in any way. It's a genuine coin. It's just not a very good coin. It doesn't have socials, or the socials are not very appealing, or the meme's not very appealing. Nobody buys into it, it just dies. And then you get 10% that get a little bit of a run and do okay. The meme is okay. It's not any kind of scam in any way at all. And it gets genuine holders and people buying into the meme and the beginning signs of a community forming. So it's a small percentage. And our job as traders, we just want to try and stick to this area where possible. And you know, we might have a quick look at this area, but with a bit of experience, we'll soon know which ones are definitely not going to run at all. So it's this area we want to stick in. Now, if we end up always in this area here, keep getting scammed and rugged because we're not using the right tools and software to warn us about these things, then we're never going to make any money from trading meme coins, especially in the trenches. So it's simple as that. We're trying to avoid this region here. And I'm going to show you in this video, that's what I'm saying, make sure you get a pen and paper ready because I'm going to show you exactly how to avoid the most common RUGS that you see on Pump.FUN. Because remember, these are not real RUGS per se. It's just people have worked out ways to game the system. And one of the ways they do it, I'll show you now. So let's talk about holder count first of all. So you need trading software when you're trading any of these new coins. Either use Photon or BullX. Those are my recommendations. In the top here, you'll see all of the new tabs, and there's one called Memescope. If you don't know how to set up Photon, follow the link, and also I'll link in the top right a video here where I go through all of the setup with you. It's a full tutorial on Photon if you're completely new to it. Once you click on Memescope, these are those same Pump.FUN coins, but in 3 separate categories. The first on the left are the brand new created ones. These ones about to graduate. We already know these are the ones that are approaching 100,000 in market cap. They're nearly completing the bonding curve. And then the final ones are graduated. They're the ones that have gone past bonding curve. So they bonded completely now. And now they can potentially run into the millions or completely die off as well, of course. And with each of these, you can set up your own filters here, as you can see here. And I've got Pump.FUN. Another platform is called Moonshot, which is created by Dex Screener. But me personally, I tend to stick to Pump.FUN. Those are the ones that literally get the pumps. They get the vast majority of the volume every single day. All of the eyes are on Pump.FUN tokens. All of the recent coins you've seen go to 50 million, 100 million, stuff like that. These are all fair Pump.FUN launches. Let's have a look at one of these and have a look at one of the charts. So let's click on this one and open. And by the way, even on this homepage, we can see the holder count here, volume, market cap. So this one here, holders, volume, market cap. So these 3 here you can see. Top 10 holders, you can see it's very high. 37%. I'll show you what that means in just a minute. And then you've got dev holdings here too. So with any of these new coins, why we use software is it gives us extra tools. So for example, if I scroll down here, I've got a holder count on the holders tab here. This tells me all of the main holders of this token. This is important because we don't want the main holders to have too much of a big holding. This one we ignore. This is a liquidity pool for bonding progress here. So that one's fine. That 40% doesn't matter. It's these next few. You can see somebody holding 5%, 4%, 4%, 3%, and so on. And you can see the amount of coins they're holding. We only care about percentage. So you're having a quick glance at this. As you get more experience, this needs to be faster and faster because these new coins, they move very quickly. So you need to buy and sell quickly as well. Next, if you click here, bubble maps. This shows us the relation between all of the different wallets, the bigger wallets. Sometimes this can give you insights if wallets are connected here. However, nowadays, the scammers, they know how to get around bubble maps. So I hardly ever use bubble maps anymore. We have to use other software to help us, and I'll show you why. So this new coin here is launched, and you can see SB all over. This is one of the reasons I use these tools. If you click on other trades, it shows you dev trades, sniper trades, and insider trades. This one, as soon as it launched, brand new, a lot of snipers bought into this coin, which means very likely this is going to be a rug. Also, the way the coin's moving in terms of the chart, this is not organic chart movement where it goes up and down, volume goes high and low, stuff like that. This is bot buying, pushing it all the way up to King of the Hill, maybe further, and they're trying to catch people out. Brand new people. Some of you watching might be brand new and you'll buy into this coin. This is a scam coin. But this helps you. This SB sign, this sniper sign will help you, as will the fake chart. Another tool I use. So if you go here, click on copy contract address in the top right, come over to Telegram and search for this bot. It's called Trench Radar Scanner, and the handle is Trench Scanner Bot. And I'll link it below in the description as well. So this one, all you do is you copy and paste the contract address. So what it does, it tells you if there's some bundle supply. And this is very interesting. It tells me very quickly here in this particular slot number that there were 15 wallets and they all bought supply at the same time, 47%. That's your bundle there. This is a scam. So basically these slots, these are specific timestamps where in the exact same time, almost the exact same second, loads of wallets bought at the same time. And that can't really be due to chance. You might get a couple due to chance, but not 15 all at the same time. So this is somebody or a team of people buying all of the supply at the same time in different wallets, but then spreading it. So it looks legitimate. That's why it doesn't show on bubble maps. So bubble maps is not good enough. I repeat, bubble maps is not good enough to prevent what I showed you before, the 80% of rugs and scams. You need software like this, and this is free to use. And if you see any massive bundling like this, just stay away. But remember, for this coin, we had many signs. We've got the sniper signs there as well. You've got the fake chart pumping as well. And it's pumping very quick after launch. Usually organic coins, unless it's something very trending, Elon Musk has posted something like that, then it might quickly go to bonding. Otherwise, it takes a little bit longer, at least 15-20 minutes, maybe longer. It doesn't instant go up within 2-3 minutes. So this is a massive scam. And if you have a look at transactions here, unfortunately, people are buying into this, like real people, like me and you, but like literally buying into this scam. And let's have a look at the chart now. What's happened? Sniper sold. So it's completely rug now. all the way back down to 7 within a second or two. So they coordinate the cells. So all of these cells were all of those tokens that were bundled together. This is how they make the money, the scammers, and they'll make some money from this. And if you click here on top traders here, you can see how much they cashed out in every single position, which means people are getting caught out by this. Okay, next, let's have a look at one of the coins that are doing a little bit better. Let's say one that's already graduated. Let's have a look at that. This one that's already graduated. So we can zoom out. We've got 15-second chart, 1-second chart here, 30-second. Let's zoom out to a 30-second. And you can see how it's doing here. So it got to bonding, which was literally here, and now it's running after bonding. Now let's see how it goes. Very commonly after bonding, what I find is they can run first. There's a few strategies you can play. One of them is they can run first, and then they'll have a dip, where a lot of the people on Pump.FUN who bought, they want to take their profits. They want to take their profits. So we would be looking at a dip buy here. And I want to know where it ran to as well, because that can give me an idea of the strength of the coin. So here's where I can have a look at some socials as well. So click on Twitter. This is called Warp on Sol. So it looks like a cat meme. It's fine. We keep an eye on the chart. And if you want to buy, on the right hand side here, we've got our dashboard where we can click on buy now and we can buy certain amounts. When you're trading these fast trench coins, never ever be automatic selling, automatic buying. It's all manual here because things are happening too fast. So you literally need to click on buy now, click on sell now. Never automated buying, automatic profits, unless it's ran really far and you're still holding a moonbag position and you want to put automatic take profits at certain levels. That's a different scenario. But generally you're manually buying. I repeat, manually buying and selling. Otherwise you will get into trouble with these because they move so fast. The slippage needs to be very high. So your trades don't always go through. So for example here, let's say if I wanted to buy 2 Solana, I click on advanced settings, I would need my slippage to be very high, anywhere from 5 to 10%, maybe even more. What that means is if I want to buy at a certain price, let's say the price is 300k, but as I click the buy button, the price has gone to 310 or has gone down to 290, will it still trigger my trade? Well, if my slippage is enough, then it will. If my slippage is 10%, then anything up to 330 or down to 270, anywhere in that region, it will still trigger, because it's within my slippage settings, if that makes sense. Smart MEV protection, again, this is a whole tutorial just explaining that, but generally you want it to be secure where possible, so nobody runs your trades, especially when buying. But again, if it's moving fast, your trades are not going through, just click it on fast instead. And that way it definitely goes through. You'll lose a little bit on the trade, but it's still okay. So you can see this one's running really well now. But at some point here, even the ones that run well and are decent, they will get a bit of a sell-off. Anyway, let's have a look at holders here, because we were talking about that before. Remember radium, liquidity pool? But don't worry about that. It's these other percentage holders. These ones don't look too bad. There are a few that are holding a little bit more, but it's normal for such a low market cap coin. So I wouldn't be worried about that. Again, I would check in Trench Scanner and make sure there's no massive bundling going on, because people can still rug even after reaching radium too. And the other thing here, when you click on other trades, you can see it's got dev trades as well. There's nothing mentioning the dev here. So we just want to quickly look. We can't see the dev holding here. Did the dev sell at all? No. So there's no dev involved. So really this needs to be a CTO, community takeover, of that particular Twitter profile. Or the Twitter profile that was created is a CTO profile. And you can find information about that. One of the best places is go back to Pump.FUN, search for the coin, check in the threads underneath, and see if there's any mention. So you'll see here if they mention CTO, and you can see a few people mentioning it. CTO DEX is paid by CTO member, and that's the TG link. So this is a community takeover, and some of these potentially can keep running. And you can see that DEX is paid, so you can check that there too. This is the pullback I'm talking about. So note where it ran to. The reason I'm noting this for a few reasons, it gives me the strength of the coin, but also the target when I'm buying the dip. So let's say this fully dips out. So I wait. This is how I trade this particular scenario. Wait for it to fully dip out. One of the places I'll be looking at is around 100k. Round number support as well. Sometimes 125 as well. And then lower, if it struggles there, maybe 50k. But wherever it dips, because I can't predict that for sure, I want to see some green candles coming in again. And then ideally, as I've shown you on my videos before, a higher low forming. Once we get that structure, we buy. And we must take profits here, if it does run here, to the previous high. That's normal, like basic TA, basic technical analysis. That's a profit level, and we manually will sell out there. But if we want to, we can go for whole number targets as well, like 200, and higher up if it keeps running, 500. If this turns, it looks like it might want to turn at 150. We wait patiently and we see. And we want to be on a smaller time frame, so either 15 seconds or even a second chart. I know it looks a lot noisy on a 1 second, but it does really help sometimes. So again, even on a 1 second here, are we gonna get a bit of selling again and then a lower high? That's what we're looking for. Simple as that. See here, we ran to 200, getting some resistance here, normal. But if that's the dip, then you can either buy a small amount here, or you can wait and see if there's a bit more of a pullback to confirm that we've had a higher low. So a couple of ways we can look at that. But regardless, if you're in the position, definitely want to take a little bit of profits there. And then wait and see what happens. The next place after, 500. Anyway, let's move on. So we talked about DEX paid briefly, and we saw DEX paid is here. But let's have a look at this particular coin on DEX screener now. So if we search for it here, the same Pump.FUN coin, VOP, all this on the right where it says website, Twitter, and Telegram. Somebody has to pay that to get the socials there. And it usually costs around $300-400. And sometimes a community member has to pay that if the dev's not in the coin anymore and doesn't want to pay and doesn't care. And it's important to pay this because a lot of people use DEX screener for trading. So this coin first comes on here after it's reached bonding. And it gets loads and loads of fresh eyes and potentially a lot of new volume here. So that's why it's so important that the DEX is paid. So we need to check that for coins after bonding to see if they run. A lot of people pay for DEX before, when it's looking likely to reach bonding, or even well before that if they're very confident about the coin. They'll automatically apply for this beforehand. So I hope you found some of the tips useful. Final thing I would say is just start very, very small. Whatever your budget is, start with small positions and build up from there. You're going to get a lot of losses, especially at the beginning. And even now, like even me, for example, when I'm trading, I still take plenty of losses all of the time. But again, it's overall how you do in your trading that matters. And sometimes those massive, massive wins can greatly outweigh a lot of losses. So don't give up either. Like any new skill, it just takes a while to learn. Thanks for listening.